GERVASONI has a very long history. It started in 1882, so it has more than 130 years of history. It started producing willow baskets in Udine, a small place around near Venice in the northeast of Italy. Since 1925, GERVASONI belongs to GERVASONI family. Our grandfather Giovanni started making rattan furniture. Our father Pietro continued the company after the 60s, and my father Michele and myself, we joined the company in 1989 and 1990.
So we can say that the three generations work in the years in a very different way. The first generation was more dedicated to production, and the second generation, my father was introducing design to production. That in the 60s was one of the first company in the world using design. And the third generation dedicate the best of attention in increasing the knowledge of the company in the world.
There has been a very deep and very special evolution of the company. I think it's very normal. If you endure for 130 years, you must change your business models many times. The last business models is based on a very close cooperation with Paola Navone, our chief designer and art director. And she was capable of interpreting our know-how and our capabilities, introducing new designs and new shapes and new communication in our production.
GERVASONI, more than just using different materials, in the years create a kind of style that is recognized. Is a way to do projects in a more decorative way, so not monothematic or more taste, is much more eclectic.
When you think of the strength of the GERVASONI company, the main one is the two brothers. And the fact of getting along very well together, but at the same time being very different one another, makes the company richer and more differentiated or more open to the future. So the number one strength is the fact of two brothers being very different but being very close to one another. I think something special, something unique about GERVASONI furniture collection is that there is no another GERVASONI in the world. And when they ask us who is your competitor, we say we don't know. There's no. Everybody's competitor. Everybody can make nice sofas or chairs or tables, beds, but I think the way GERVASONI proposes its collections and the way GERVASONI is able to mix different styles, material, fabrics, finishing is really unique.
The style of GERVASONI, it's quite easy to be used in different kind of projects. So starting from a classic project or a classic house, going through a more design one or more loft style, using the same furniture, just changing the fabric and changing sometimes the color of the furniture, we can create and we can obtain a perfect mix that match in those different kind of styles. We have a very strong commercial team traveling around the world, talking with customers and giving really the idea of customers that we are not just try to selling furniture, but trying always to create a partnership with the distribution.
Think of the future in a different way. GERVASONI family company was doing very well, but we thought that the future needed to be approached in a different way. After 2.5 years of cooperation with a group of 15 investors, we are very happy of our decision, because on one side we continue doing the same thing we were doing before, and at the same time we are busy also in the M&A sector. So we have a new challenge that makes things and our job more interesting.
In the market there are many opportunities, different kind of companies talking about production and talking about dimensions, and this it would be for sure possibility for us to have different pieces at the the new project to make a bigger project, not just related specifically on something very close to Gervasoni production, but for example also talking about upholstery or kitchen contract, for example.
The fact of being associated with the outdoor furniture world probably comes from the fact that we've been dealing with rattan furniture for more than 100 years. And people associate rattan to veranda, garden and outdoor, but rattan is not for outdoor, we know that. Customization is a big subject, and I think the world is going into that direction. Everybody wants to have its own special dedicated product, so Gervasoni has the capability and is willing to satisfy almost every need of our customer in terms of size, shape, finishing of our product. At the same time, we're also able to produce totally custom design products. It's easy when you make 10,000 chairs. It's more difficult when you make one table, but we know that the single consumer is willing to have its own table that is half meter longer than the standard one, and we are able to produce it. Gervasoni, it's a real manufacturer. It's not just a dealer or an editor. So yeah, we have the capacity of producing or manufacturing in our company inside.